My name is Emma, and we are here with another edition of the StarWars Podcast. I'm joined today by Steve Turner and Paul and Jamison, and they are going to introduce themselves. Steve, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm just a member of the StarWars Club, just wanted to come along and have a chat with the guys, see what's going on.
Paul?
Hi, my name's Paul Bentley. I started a Star Wars costuming group over 10 years ago now, and I'm here to chat with the group about costuming.
And Jamison?
Yep, I'm Jamison Ford, and I've been part of the Star Wars Jersey team, and really just enthusiastically 3D printing everything I can find, really, for Star Wars.
Cool. Right, I'm going to be asking the sensible questions, and Steve's going to be asking, as usual, the funny questions. So make it entertaining.
Sounds good.
For all of you.
Thank God I'm here.
So obviously the first question has to be, why Star Wars? What is it about Star Wars that inspired you to get into cosplay?
Okay, so I grew up with the films and all the merchandise. And as soon as I was old enough to be able to create a screen-accurate outfit, that's something that I did, and that's now formed into a group of like-minded individuals, and we all build our own screen-accurate outfits to help bring this universe to life. And along the way, we do take donations for charity. We support local children's charities, and to date, we've raised around £18,000 for our special care baby unit and Robin ward, which is the children's ward at the hospital. And that's in the spirit of the international Star Wars costuming group, the 501st Legion, who Lucasfilm allow us to use these sort of copyright units for charitable use. So that's what we really enjoy doing, is bringing these characters to life. If we can, raise a few quid for local children's charities. And we've been doing that since 2013. We all build our own outfits. We did a chat before about where to obtain these. There's a few manufacturers who have links to the original molds. So we use those outfits. People like CFO, shout to Mark Edwards, and DA Props, and SDS, and other locations. We build our own to a screen accurate level, and that's all we really need to join our group, isn't it? Just a really high level of accuracy, and you can join us on various filming sessions, photo sessions, and public events.
Wow. Oh, and back in 2013, when you all got together, did you? How did that come about? Did you kind of reach out, or did you already know each other and you thought, right, let's make this more official?
Yeah, it evolved. So I had this outfit, and it was really to place on a mannequin in the corner of my lounge, but it was just too good. I tried it on, and I actually wandered round to my neighbour's house in it, and that was fantastic. But what happened was the children who were playing in the estate opposite saw me, and literally a week later I was asked to appear at their birthday party, and then that just spiralled, and other like-minded folks got involved, and it's from there just we're almost like part of the local sort of scenery now. When people see us out and about, it's like, yeah, there's just our local Stormtrooper squad just doing something. So we've been around for 10 years now. But one thing we always try and do is have fun first. That's got to be the primary thing. And if we can spread a positive message or highlight a charity or something like that, we try and do something like that. So it's all about having fun, doing something positive.
Jamison, what about you? What was your introduction into Star Wars? What do you remember about that? And then how did that progress from I love Star Wars into I'm going to dress up as a Mandalorian?
Well, it blends the two things that I love. So I love sci-fi. Star Wars, I just like Paul. I grew up with it, and it was always there. But then I absolutely love making things that come to life. So for me, it was perfect. Now I'd seen Paul going around for years, and I always wanted to join, but never really clicked until a bit later on. And then I reached out to Paul, and he helped me build it. And then from there, I was interested in 3D printing. So everything was just coming together beautifully because I could 3D print and I could build these things and I could make the blasters and I could just make everything that you ever wanted. Once I started, it's kind of hard to stop, to be honest. But also making it for other people as well within the team. So I'm kind of the armourer and prop maker in the team, whether it be a lightsaber hilt, whether it be the electro binoculars or helmets or anything else, blasters that needs to be made. It's worthwhile sort of checking out with me first and see whether we can make it. We can also make it a lot cheaper because it's on the island and it's from me. So it's great fun, and I've always been into making things on some sort of scale anyway, whether it be sewing, whether it be repurposing things. So it's great to have like a little gadgets box where you'd normally throw something away, but I'm forever keeping them and stashing them in a box and thinking, we could maybe use that as a greebly or a bit later on, or that chipboard, or don't throw that router out, we'll keep that, or wiring, anything
old
like
electronics.
That,
brilliant.
You must have a massive man drawer in your house where you're putting all this, like, I can use that later.
So the word greebly, which Jamison used there, is a word that was created by Lucasfilm. So what they did to find all these little detail parts was raid airfix kits. So when they needed a little detail, they said, I need to go and find a greebly for this, and that is an official term for it, a model making detail.
Bit of the Bismarck on there or something.
It is, and you can actually ID certain things, and there's a part of the Boba Fett rigging and sort of kit where after 30 years they located what this little hook-shaped thing was, and it was from a Martin Baker ejector seat, and someone knew what it was and was able, after 30 years, to figure out what it was. But yeah, greeblies.
So, Jamison, the 3D printing, which came first, the 3D printing passion or the cosplay? Which, did one instigate the other, or was it the other way around?
One led to the other, really.
Right.
So I'm interested in new technology and always have been, but during sort of COVID it happened that was where the 3D printer came around. So I needed an excuse to buy one. And so that was basically all it took.
Should I apologise to your wife for getting you into
profusely
this? Sorry.
For the takeover
Claire,
of the cabin,
apologies.
the house, the sheds, everything. But yeah, so as I say, COVID stopped me from. I do a lot of freelance photography, and it kind of stopped me from going out and doing that. So I was looking for something, and I need to be busy. I need to keep doing things, and needed to divert my energy into something and out of the house, away from the wife, and give her some space. So I bought one and kind of just by watching endless YouTube and just by trial and error and practicing and just refining. You get to things where they kind of look real, and it's really good to sort of, I mean, when you first put on the outfit, the Stormtrooper outfit, that's great. When you first hold a blaster while walking with it, the whole persona changes, and you're back straight. You're much more military, and it's
fun,
kind of,
isn't it?
it really does add everything to it. So 3D printing has been really helpful. Plus, 3D printing saves a lot of money. So you're talking of hundreds of pounds for these blasters. But if you're willing to take the time and the effort to learn how to do it yourself, you're saving yourself hundreds of pounds just for a few hundred hours.
Hours of time.
And the other thing is, of course, is that if someone needs a helmet 7% bigger, not a problem.
Right,
absolutely,
yeah.
So the joy of resizing,
Resizing.
Absolutely, you can get it spot on.
And I guess you can also customise to get it absolutely spot on. Because I'd imagine a lot of the stuff you buy is pretty much kind of...
Well,
the Stormtrooper is set for a certain height.
So 5'6", 7, 8 minimum to 6'2", medium to athletic build. If you were on, I know, and if you were on the set in 1977 and the outfit didn't fit, you weren't in that character. So it's kind of like we want that spirit now, really. So to look screen accurate, choosing the right character is absolutely key.
Yeah.
So you get that look, and some folks aren't Stormtrooper, sort of material, and some folks are sort of better in maybe an outfit which has soft parts, which gives you more mobility. Or if you wear glasses, that's something. Or we've got a couple of folks who sort of have like an asthma condition, so wearing a helmet for them is just something that's not going to work. Yeah. So choosing the right character, I think, it really sets you up to look screen accurate. It can be on the budget that you have available and work around lots of things. So I think that first step, choosing the character, and we're happy to help that, and then obviously sourcing the parts, the build, weathering, accessories, it's all part of the deal.
It's great to try on, and it's so iconic and just amazing. But it isn't until you wear it for an hour until you really get to know it.
But that reaction from the public, Jamison, is absolutely unbelievable.
It doesn't matter what a pain it is, because you can't actually see anything from the nose down, right?
Right.
So you steps, bollards,
fences, planting,
small children.
Enemy. That is the enemy more than rebels.
I can imagine what it was like wearing it in like Tunisia when they were filming.
Yeah.
They must have been constantly taking them off because
absolutely.
it must have been cooking in there.
I've got a Biker Scout, which is brilliant because the front plate actually lifts up, so at least I can get some air. And these have actually got fans integrated into them as well, to help with a bit, because the visors can steam up.
Yeah,
so obviously, again, if you're doing a night parade, it's a bit of a hazard.
So we have 5-volt USB type PC, power supply fans in here, which just blow air down over the front, gets rid of moisture out of the helmet when you're breathing. So we do as much as we can, don't we, to work around the sort of temperatures.
But as Paul said before, the reaction from the public, and both the children and from the adults who are still children at heart.
And the first time that happens as well, once you've made this, you put it on, you're in character, you're feeling amazing, and then you get that reaction from the kids or something.
Yeah. Well, I remember my first reaction to trying on my suit round at Paul's on his driveway.
They're all made to measure.
And as I turned around and caught myself in the mirror effect off of the glass, it was amazing. I was like, wow. It was like seeing somebody else and sort of meeting them for the first time. It was brilliant. It was great.
Because the outfits that I've made over the years are all made to measure, so to people's body shape. So there's a margin of this height and shape that with the outfits allow, but they're all made to measure. So everything's to that body shape. So you build the armor and then sort of fit it to the person. So they're all, they very rarely you can take one off the shelf and it just fits straight away and just sit on the body.
I suppose if you're buying a second hand one, you'd look at one who was, the person was slightly bigger than you, then you could maybe trim it down, but you would always expect to alter it for your own.
There were pinch points all over the arm, and this is a forearm piece. So the classic one is here with the bicep piece. So, but this cutout here might be slightly different for you or someone else, and we can make this, fit whatever body shape. So we just everything. But there's lots of parts that have, adjustment built into them. So we do make sure that they're made to fit. So it looks screen accurate. That's the thing that governs the whole look. Is screen accurate. It just covers everything.
Absolutely. As much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So Jamison, why a Mandalorian?
Oh, I'm not a Mandalorian.
Oh, you're not?
I'm a biker scout, a shadow scout, and a stormtrooper, and a shore trooper as well.
Just a few.
Yeah. So those are the ones I've built so far. I've got plenty of.
Oh no!
I was going to say you were a Tusken Raider.
No,
not anymore.
I've 3D printed a lot of Mandalorian helmets purely because they're great to customize as well. And with the new series coming out, you can really have a good play around with them. I've got like almost a steampunky version and a few others, but I generally tend to make the ones which are iconic from the films first, and then I'll kind of have a bit of a play. Like I was making the Shore Trooper outfit, I can remember, and I also printed a Mandalorian helmet, and I had a failed print. So I was thinking, well, I don't really want to make it into a proper iconic helmet because I'll have a play around. but that play around taught me a lot. So it's actually a Mandalorian helmet in the style of a Shore Trooper. So it's a Shore Trooper colours and feel, but on a Mandalorian, which it's one of my favourite helmets now, and it's a good way of practicing and sort of putting a new style of weathering and blasters marks going across the head, and it was brilliant. Actually, it was one that a client got in contact with me and said, I want that one. I want one exactly like that. And I was like, okay, well, I can't make one exactly like that, but I will make it as close as I possibly can, because normally when I'm doing them, I'm in my own world, and by the morning, 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still kind of going, and I kind of zombie trot off to bed and wake up in the next day, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. So that's one of the favourites at the moment.
So you do have done to order? You have made armour to order?
Yeah, it's yes. So I mean I mainly, so I've got like an Instagram account, and I mainly use it as a repository just so I can remember what I've done, because there's only so much space in my house. so my wife keeps on telling me, and she's very, very good at reminding me that stuff shouldn't be in every single room. So
please, just one.
So So there's special places for them, and at the moment I'm at my threshold, so I need to sort of periodically I just offload.
Right, and you put them for some.
And put them up. Yeah,
right, okay.
Yeah. So just to move them on, so I can print more, and then I can. And learn more.
But you'll have ones you'll never sell, I guess.
Yeah, I think.
Never say never.
Everything's for sale.
So that's tough, and I've thought about that a lot. I think there will be ones that I definitely wouldn't sell, just because of how much I learned by doing them, and how cool they look, and not knowing if I could definitely do exactly the same thing again. It's half the challenge of it. So, but it's just great fun making them. Yeah. So, any excuse I get for somebody to make another one.
It's sort of the opposite of a Stormtrooper, where everyone is exactly the same. This ear shape is the same, the same colour, same finish. Yeah. But we do. Well, we're happy to help people choose an outfit, source it, build it, put it together. You know, I've built about 12 Stormtroopers now, maybe 15 helmets or something. So if anybody is looking for a Stormtrooper outfit, they want getting a hold of the bits, building it, putting it together, I'm happy to undertake the build or just help. So we're totally flexible within the group.
any character really. I mean, I built a Fennec Shand one, which was interesting, and again, it kind of, this is how I normally see the blaster, and I kind of fall in love with the blaster. So Fennec Shand has got an incredibly unique sniper rifle, which I was instantly drawn towards.
So this is Book of Boba Fett, the latest characters.
Yeah. So I loved that, and the helmet was again really unique. So I printed that, and then I looked at my wife and I thought, I could maybe get how about, I know what, I'm just going to make you the outfit, right? She's not particularly into Star Wars, so she's been out with us a couple of times, but then that outfit's kind of just stayed in a box for the last.
See, I'm finding myself needing to apologise to Claire again.
So yeah. I mean, we've had her out twice, so
she looked great.
What kind of if somebody is thinking I want to do cosplay? What kind of advice would you give people? What kind of things would you say, well, think about this? Or I know you briefly touched on like how it can be, you can't sit down in certain costumes. So how do you walk through that process with somebody to get to somewhere where they go, yeah, that's who I want to be? And taking into account what disabilities people might have, or what needs are, and being realistic about what it would be like to wear that kind of costume.
It is a big question, and I think it is down to which outfit works for you, sort of on all those different levels, whether it's budget, body shape, as you say, limitation, whether it's movement or something else. It's all those factors. I think you bring them all together, and it's, I guess, also we're an active group, so we're rather than just being building outfits for display purposes, we like to wear them. So I guess it's about the kind of events we do as well, which are the big public events about the flowers. We've got a Christmas parade coming up, so we'll be doing that. May the 4th, we tend to do a filming project, and we've released a couple of short films on May the 4th the last couple of years, and they're our most fun, aren't they? We're very lucky to have a local filmmaker who helps us out with those, and we have a new one.
We'll put the links in the show notes, guys, if you want to check those out, and I recommend you do, by the way.
And our next film, we've just finalised the script, and close to finalising it, and we're trying to get every character in, so this is going to be double the length. We'll maybe have a whole day of filming this time, and a new environment. So we're working our way through all the Star Wars environments. So we've done sand dunes, we've done industrial. Next one's going to be forest, so I'll leave that there in terms of where the story might be going with that. But yes, script done, just getting the final elements down. But we're going to try and include every character in that, so the story has all the characters involved. That's what we want to do. So we'll be in touch about that.
Extras?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. No, I was chatting before to the guys. We're going to keep in touch.
Got some spare suits.
Oh.
Helmet's got a helmet.
Hopefully not
spare costume in a box.
I can only wear one at a time, and Fennec Shand I can't wear.
No, we'll be in touch about the next filming project, which is all part of the fun of owning a costume. We get to do these wonderful.
Well, you were going to be Fennec Shand at one point.
I was, yeah.
Do you know there's an outfit going?
Yeah.
We were lucky enough to go on the Star Cruiser.
Oh, very cool.
Yes. And I was going to do that, and then I just thought, when am I going to wear that again?
Yeah, so you didn't do it.
Well, there's a few opportunities now.
Well, absolutely.
We try to. I mean, we kind of, because this is a charity sort of thing. We're kind of the large public events sort of love us now, don't they? Because we're kind of we hit all the age groups. We've got probably the biggest film franchise out there. So it's kind of, we get, just a wonderful instant smiles on faces response, don't we? So it's kind of like, I don't know, is there a downside?
No.
To seeing us at an event, I'm trying to think.
You're the coolest people in the world at that point, aren't
you? We do have fun, but we try to, be that whole sort of bad guys doing good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one of the taglines that they use. But right from the start, though, everyone that had an outfit all agreed. There was never a question like, this has to be a charitable thing. There's no way this is going to be like a money-making thing, or it isn't even part of our conversation, let alone our sort of motivation in any way. So, these do cost a few quid. We're very aware of that. And, so it's time, it's money, it's, that effort and, involved in getting the outfit together. But, like we mentioned before, that reaction to being in public and the fun and the little doors that open, attending these events. You cannot actually make it up sometimes. We look where we are, we're getting suited up in some location. It's like, how did we get here? This is just so much fun. But yeah, you cannot make up where these little doors open sometimes. But it's great fun.
Magic.
But as a group, we're here to help you, as I say, choose, source, build outfits, and then have events available to actually get out and about with them.
Wear them, because I guess that's the thing. It's like, because we're on an island, there's limited opportunities to wear your outfit.
Yes.
I mean, you could just go to the shops in it, but I guess the point of having it is it's a group activity.
Yeah, and Stormtroopers look great as a little squad.
Yeah, you're never out on your own, really.
We try and have a sort of logic. So if troopers are out, we'll maybe have we're being security at an event or something, like a couple of troopers each side of the entrance of an event. We're just kind of like pretending to vet people coming in or something. It's silly, but it works as a logic to the character and what we're doing there. We try and have a reason for being there. We get asked to do some events and it just doesn't quite work. We can't. There's no reason for us to be there. So we try and do relevant events that work for these outfits. And I think they have to be the right type of outfit.
I think when I've seen you out about, what I really love about it is you're all so in character. And you're like going over to people and questioning what they're doing and why are you here, and move out the way. And people just absolutely love it.
Well, there's a few sort of classic lines that we always fit in, like move along. We don't need to see his identification. And we have fun in that really dry sense of humour that Star Wars always has. And we're always like the first to the limitation of the suits. We'll just thought, can't see a thing. No, nor me. It's kind of like just that military banter chat thing. And we just always kind of like have that self-deprecating limitation of the outfit thing, which is it's like that. You seen that new T16?
Yeah.
Some of the guys were chatting about it. You know, that sort of radio chatter that's in the background of Star Wars. So we all kind of, part of making the outfit work, I think that last few % is the being in character thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we always try to, when we're in the outfit, be in character, but we will program into an event like breaks. So we can go, let's call it backstage, and have a helmet off break. You know, that's really important because you can overheat really quickly in these. So part of organising events is that they are organised, and we turn up to, you know, we want well organised events that are safe and everything like that. So we can't make every single request because the location doesn't work, or it's too dark, or there's too many steps, something like that. And it's like we can't park near the site, we can't get our outfits to that location. So part of organising the event is making sure all those things work, so we're all safe and it works, you know, for the outfits.
I think it's the believability. It's just the fun thing, isn't it? It's the fact
It
that
is.
the more believable you are for the public, then the more they are involved.
Totally. And I think
and sold on it.
That's it. Yeah, the buy-in. Yeah, absolutely.
You stop behaving like that. character,
it's
then,
funny.
Then that fourth wall, that's been broken.
Because if we were in fancy dress, folks would probably run across the road to avoid us, whereas they see us and the mother and children will be like, let's go and get a picture. We know you guys, and it's almost now we're like part of the furniture, so it's just like, there's the Star Wars Stormtrooper squad just doing some jobs.
It's
like actually working.
Though, does it?
It's like a friendly intimidation, you know.
It's just like it's just sort of normal now, and it's sort of like there's a generation of children who've grown up with a Stormtrooper squad on the island.
And it is. It's,
how weird is
and
that?
It's great to watch the squad grow and be out with more and more people.
Yeah.
How many members do you have now?
I think if you count everyone with an outfit, we hardly get everyone all together at the same, because we've all got family and work commitments and things. But I think there's sort of 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
Something, and more on the way.
It was a while ago. On May the 4th, we went to a pub in, I can't remember, near the So Bar, and there was loads of people in costume. The kids were in costumes, you guys were in costumes, and we all got out in the road and they were
down by Sound Street.
The reaction from the public when they were walking past, it's like, what's going on?
We loved that.
It was so cool.
I wonder if that was a Cineworld screening.
No,
the photos we took were down towards Sand Street.
It wasn't So Bar, was it?
Yeah, I think it was So Bar.
Oh, I know what it was. So Bar. Damien used to run So Bar. Always did a lot to help the old squad. We had a gathering at So Bar.
It was an open invitation. Come down and enjoy May the 4th.
And we had some pictures and things. And that's right. That was what I call the old squad. But we've sort of rebranded a bit now, and we're called Star Wars Jersey. That's the kind of heading for everything we do. And but yeah, we've been around since 2013, so over 10 years now. And as I say, the primary thing we want to do is have fun with attending events, bringing the universe to life with these outfits. And that's our motivation, really, to have fun.
Cool. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to wrap this up. We're coming to the end of our time. If anybody wants to get involved in cosplay, they should not be intimidated. You're very approachable, friendly people.
Thank you.
Is there a best way to reach out to you?
The best way to find all our contact details and contact us and go to our social media is via our website, which we did last year. And that's very simply starwarsjersey.je.
Okay. Pretty easy to remember.
And from there, you can go to our social media, and all our contact details are there. Also on there are some Q&As about the first thing you think about when choosing an outfit.
Okay.
So that's kind of a really good starting point.
Okay. Perfect. We'll put all of that information in the show notes, guys. So don't worry, it'll all be there if you need to look at it. Please catch up with these guys. They are absolutely amazing and so friendly. Don't be scared or worried about. There's no silly questions, by the way. They'll be happy to answer any questions you have. All that remains to be said is thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Really fascinating stuff. It's really cool.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much for having us.
No problem.